Everyone believed that Xiaoyan had come to the Luo God clan main camp to join their ranks. After all, a sixth-grade supreme, especially one who had ascended from a lower plane, was a treasure no great power would ever refuse. Even Luo Jutian, the great commander himself, thought the outcome was already decided. Yet no one expected that the young man would calmly reject the invitation, and instead propose a wager that would shake the entire Great Thousand World, to face a seventh-grade Supreme's full-force strike without borrowing even a trace of heaven and earth energy. When Luo Jutian believed that Xiaoyan was about to choose to join the Luo God clan main camp, he never expected the words spoken by the latter to leave him momentarily stunned. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. Previously on the story, who goes there? How dare you barge into the main camp of the Luo God clan? A furious roar thundered across the sky, carrying with it a crushing pressure. Almost at the same instant, the surrounding air violently trembled as a figure shot forward like a black streak of lightning. In the blink of an eye, he appeared before Xiaoyan and the man beside him, blocking their path with an imposing presence. The newcomer was clad in flowing black robes that fluttered wildly despite the still air. A powerful aura surged around his body, dense and oppressive, unmistakably revealing the strength of a fifth-grade supreme. His eyes were sharp and vigilant, like those of a hawk guarding its territory. Ha ha! A low chuckle escaped Liu Beidao as he calmly met the man's gaze. Gulo-shan, it's been quite some time since we last met. The black-robed man's expression shifted. His tense posture eased slightly as recognition dawned upon him. So it's Senior Beidao. Gulo-shan cupped his fists respectfully, though caution still lingered in his eyes. What brings you to the Red Domain today? Only then did Gulo-shan's gaze drift to the silent figure standing beside Liu Beidao. Xiaoyan stood there calmly, his expression indifferent, yet somehow exuding an invisible pressure that made one's heart unconsciously tighten. Gulo-shan frowned slightly, a trace of suspicion flashing through his eyes. And this gentleman is… Liu Beidao smiled faintly, not answering directly. Instead, he said in a measured tone, "Go inform Luo Jutian. Tell him that I've brought someone truly extraordinary." Gulo-shan was momentarily stunned. His eyes swept over Xiaoyan once more, far more carefully this time. As his spiritual perception probed deeper, his pupils abruptly shrank. Sixth-grade supreme. A wave of shock surged through his heart. He quickly retracted his senses, his expression turning grave and solemn. Such cultivation was no small matter, even within the Luo God clan main camp. Experts of this level were exceedingly rare. After a brief moment of contemplation, realization struck him. With strength like this, the young man before him was more than qualified to assume the position of deputy commander of the main camp, a position that Gulo-shan himself currently held. And in that instant, he finally understood why Liu Beidao had personally escorted this man all the way here. Could this be the remarkable figure Liu Beidao had mentioned? The thought surfaced unbidden in Gulo-shan's mind as his gaze lingered on Xiaoyan. The calm composure of the young man, coupled with that unfathomable aura, made it difficult to look away. This young friend Xiaoyan isn't as simple as you might think, Liu Beidao said, with a faint smile, as though casually revealing a secret that carried immense weight. Gulo-shan's eyes narrowed slightly. He gave Xiaoyan one last measured look before nodding. "Come with me," he said solemnly. "The great commander is already waiting for you inside the camp." As soon as his words fell, Gulo-shan's body flickered. In the next instant, he transformed into a streak of blazing red light, tearing through the sky as he shot toward the distant mountain range of the Red Domain. Liu Beidao followed closely behind, while Xiaoyan calmly stepped forward, his figure gliding through the air without the slightest ripple. Before them rose an enormous expanse of crimson mountains stretching endlessly across the horizon. The very heavens and earth within this region seemed saturated with fire-attributed spiritual energy, thick, violent, and restless as though the land itself was breathing flames. Each breath drawn here felt scorching yet strangely invigorating. At the heart of the mountain range descended a colossal red light barrier, cascading from the sky like a divine curtain. Within it stood a massive city carved directly into the mountains, its structures towering and ancient, radiating an oppressive sense of authority. Armored figures filled the skies. Squads of elite warriors patrolled back and forth in precise formations, their auras sharp and disciplined. Their gazes were cold and vigilant, locking onto every fluctuation in space. The city's defenses were airtight, so tightly guarded that not even a stray insect could hope to slip inside unnoticed. Under Gu Luoshan's leadership, the three approached the barrier. As he raised his hand, the red light rippled like water, silently parting to allow them passage before sealing shut behind them once more. Without pause, Gu Luoshan turned and flew deeper into the mountains, heading straight toward a towering central peak that pierced the clouds. Liu Beidao and Xiao followed closely, their figures shrinking against the immensity of the landscape. As they drew nearer, Xiao eyes subtly shifted. At the summit of the peak stood an elderly figure motionless as a mountain itself. His hands were clasped behind his back, his posture relaxed. Yet the space around him seemed faintly distorted, as though the world instinctively bent in his presence. No wild aura erupted from him, yet Xiao could sense it clearly. This old man's cultivation had already reached the terrifying realm of a 7th grade supreme. And with that realization, Xiao knew the true master of the Luo God clan main camp had finally revealed himself. Xiao instantly understood. Judging from the overwhelming pressure that subtly radiated from the man's body, as well as his natural air of authority, this elder could only be one person, the great commander of the Luo God clan main camp Luo Jutian. As the three figures descended and landed atop the towering mountain peak, the elder slowly turned around. His weathered face carried the marks of countless years of battle, yet his eyes were sharp and spirited, betraying neither age nor fatigue. Liu Beidao Luo Jutian said, with a hearty laugh, his voice echoing across the summit, "You haven't returned to the camp for nearly a year. I was starting to think you'd completely forgotten about this old man." Liu Beidao shook his head helplessly and smiled as he stepped forward. "Old fellow," he replied, "you haven't exactly had it easy either these past years, constantly clashing with the Blood God clan. Even I wouldn't dare disturb you without good reason." Luo Jutian's smile gradually faded, replaced by a calm, resolute expression. His gaze drifted toward the vast crimson mountains below, as though staring across a battlefield stained by blood and fire. "This is the territory of the Luo God clan," he said slowly. "If we don't protect it ourselves, should we wait for others to do it for us?" The words were simple, yet they carried an unshakable conviction, one forged through endless slaughter and sacrifice. At that moment, Liu Beidao turned slightly and gestured toward the young man who was walking forward at an unhurried pace. "And that," he said meaningfully, "is precisely why I came here today. Allow me to introduce a friend." Luo Jutian's eyes narrowed as his gaze finally settled on Xiao. Almost instantly his pupils contracted. 6th grade supreme. The realization struck like a thunderbolt. Luo Jutian's heart trembled violently. The young man before him looked no older than 30, his expression calm and composed, his aura restrained to the extreme, yet beneath that calm exterior surged an astonishingly powerful cultivation. A 6th grade supreme, at this age. But what truly shook him was what followed. As Luo Jutian's perception delved deeper into Xiao body, his expression changed once more, this time beyond mere shock. This spiritual power, his voice grew heavy. He broke through from a lower plane. Such a feat was far rarer than advancing through ordinary cultivation. It meant enduring unimaginable pressure, surviving countless life and death trials, and carving one's path upward against the will of the heavens themselves. No wonder Liu Beidao had personally escorted him here. At that moment, Xiao stepped forward. He clasped his fists respectfully and bowed slightly. "Junior Xiao pays his respects, senior." Luo Jutian studied him for a long moment. Then, to everyone's surprise, he let out a low laugh and waved his hand dismissively. "No need to call me senior," he said calmly. "In this world, strength reigns supreme." His gaze locked onto Xiaoyan's eyes, sharp and assessing. "With your cultivation, you and I stand as equals." The mountain wind swept across the peak, carrying an invisible tension with it. At that instant, Xiaoyan knew this meeting was only the beginning. Luo Jutian said, then turned to Liu Beidao. "You mentioned the Blood God clan's invasion earlier. Is this young man the so-called outsider?" "Yes, I believe young friend Xiaoyan will be of tremendous help to the Luo God clan main camp." Liu Beidao replied, "Ahaha, you want Xiaoyan to join the camp? That's excellent." Luo Jutian stepped forward and patted Xiaoyan on the shoulder, laughing heartily. But at that very moment, Xiaoyan's lips moved slightly, and a sentence that made Luo Jutian freeze echoed into everyone's ears. "Senior Luo Jutian, I believe there's been a misunderstanding. I did not come today to join the Luo God clan main camp." "What? What do you mean by that?" Luo Jutian asked, his tone clearly displeased. Even Liu Beidao showed a puzzled expression. "Senior Liu Beidao, there's no need to worry. Since I've made a promise, I will fulfill it," Xiaoyan explained. "Senior Luo Jutian, I'm not refusing the invitation. It's just that I still need to search for my wife. After completing my agreement with Senior Liu Beidao, I do not intend to remain in the camp for long." "What agreement?" Luo Jutian asked curiously. Liu Beidao laughed. "To obtain the 6th profound heavenly flame from my inheritance, Xiaoyan agreed to help me take the head of Huang Yunpo of the Blood God clan main camp. With your 6th grade supreme strength, you intend to take Huang Yunpo's head." Luo Jutian stared at Xiaoyan in shock. Huang Yunpo has likely already touched the level of an 8th grade supreme. In that case, Xiaoyan said calmly, "Senior Luo Jutian, how about a wager?" "A wager. Let's hear it," Luo Jutian said with interest, while Liu Beidao and Guloshan also turned their gazes towards Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan's answer, however, was like a thunderbolt exploding in everyone's hearts. "If I do not borrow any heaven and earth energy and rely solely on my own power, and can still withstand Senior's full force strike, then I believe we can begin discussing the matter of a decisive battle against the Blood God clan main camp." "You say that again?" Luo Jutian exclaimed in disbelief, thinking he had misheard. Xiaoyan repeated calmly, "I am willing to take enduring Senior's full force attack as the wager." As Xiaoyan's final words fell into silence, the world itself seemed to respond. In the next instant, an overwhelming aura exploded from Luo Jutian's body like a celestial torrent. The heavens roared as boundless spiritual power surged upward, condensing into an enormous ice phoenix that pierced through the clouds. A piercing cry echoed across the sky. High above the colossal ice phoenix spread its wings, each feather shimmering like divine crystal. Its wingspans stretched thousands of zhang, blotting out the heavens themselves. Endless frost cascaded downward, and the once scorching crimson mountains instantly plunged into a deathly chill. Crack, crack, crack. The earth froze layer by layer. Mountain peaks were sealed in ice, rivers turned solid mid-flow, and even space itself faintly crystallized under the phoenix's frigid might. Luo Jutian stood beneath it, robes fluttering wildly, his expression calm yet domineering, like a god gazing down upon mortals. His voice rang out deep and resonant, reverberating through heaven and earth. "Are you certain that you wish to receive this old man's full-force strike?" The pressure crashed down like an avalanche. Xiaoyan's pupils constricted. His breathing slowed as he faced that overwhelming might head-on. Never since entering the Great Thousand World had he encountered an opponent so terrifying. Luo Jutian's strength surpassed Liu Beidao's by no small margin. Among all those Xiaoyan had met, only Luo Tianshen stood above this man. Even Gu Luoshan and the countless elites within the Red Domain felt their hearts quake, their bodies instinctively trembling beneath the pressure radiating from the peak. Yet, at this moment, Xiaoyan had no room to retreat, not a single step. He took a step forward. Boom! A violent surge of flame-attributed spiritual power erupted from within Xiaoyan's body, roaring like a volcano long suppressed. Crimson flames shot skyward, tearing apart the encroaching frost. His aura began to climb explosively, layer after layer, as if shattering invisible shackles. A faint glint of madness flickered within his eyes. The heavens trembled. Under the clash of ice and fire, Xiaoyan's body rapidly expanded, his flesh and bones glowing with molten light. His silhouette grew larger and larger, engulfed by raging flames that refused to be extinguished. The temperature, which Luo Jutian had crushed moments ago, began to soar once more. The frozen mountains cracked. Ice shattered and vaporized, turning instantly into steam beneath the blazing heat. Beneath a sky dyed crimson by firelight, a gigantic flame body, towering thousands of zhang, manifested in full. It was majestic. It was violent. It was destruction incarnate. Flame destruction body. The colossal flame giant stood upright, staring directly at the ice phoenix above. Fire and frost colliding violently in mid-air. Space twisted and distorted between them, unable to withstand the confrontation of two supreme forces. Xiaoyan's voice rang out soon after, steady and resolute, echoing just as powerfully as Luo Jutian's had moments before. Confirmed. One word. Yet it carried unwavering determination. High above the mountain peak, ice and flame confronted one another like two ancient gods standing at the edge of annihilation. And everyone present knew this was no longer a test. This was a true clash between supremes. That's all for today's content. See you in the next part. Support me by becoming a member. It will give me more motivation. Thank you so much.